Ishai Setton, welcome to Cinemonde number 30.
Thank you so much. It's great to almost be there.
Well, we miss you, and why aren't you here? Why can't you be in New York tonight?
Yeah, I'm sorry I can't be there. I wish I could be there. I had an amazing time with your film festivals, with my last film, with The Big Bad Swim, and unfortunately I have a day job right now that is keeping me stuck in Los Angeles.
Okay. We love this movie, the new movie, The Kitchen, and that's why we're showing it. When is the movie supposed to come out?
It's going to be released on March 14th. It comes out in LA.
Okay.
And then the rest of the release goes from there.
Just in time for the 2014 Oscar race.
Exactly. Just in time.
Ishai, this is your third movie, really, and I have to plead full disclosure. I haven't seen your second movie yet, and it looked really interesting.
It's called 3 Days of Normal.
3 Days of Normal, sorry.
3 Days of Normal, and that's a romantic comedy, and that's going to be coming out in May.
Wow.
So through a turn of events, this, which I made a year later, is actually coming out sooner than the other one.
Wow. You got a full distribution schedule in 2013.
I do.
All right, that's great. And I especially like the concept of the kitchen in terms of a party, because I always gravitate towards the kitchen at all parties because that's where the action is.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly where the idea came from. It's you know, I was living in Park Slope for 10 years, and we used to throw house parties, and every time, you know, we'd find ourselves all in the kitchen, and every other room in the house would be empty, and you know, the kitchen was packed with people, and and that just seemed to be where the action went down.
Mm. But in this story, in this movie, things don't go well in the kitchen. Tell me about your work on the script and Jim Begley.
So the way it came to be actually was Jim and I had been working on a different project for a long time, and we just weren't having much luck with it. And we were talking to a producer who mentioned that Paramount was starting a fund for very low-budget movies. So Jim came up with this idea of like this kitchen house party, and I loved it right away. And I loved the challenge of it, the idea of it, all taking place in one room. So I said, yeah, like let's you know, go write that, and he did. And we showed it to this producer who read the script and was like, this is great, but this is not, you know, what they're looking for at all. They want the next Paranormal Activity, you know, this is a little bit too much of a human comedy drama type film. But I was so in love with it that I was like, let's just make it, you know. And it started out where it was just going to be, you know, let's shoot it in my kitchen with my friends, with my camera, and let's just make it happen like that. And then, you know, it started to get a little bit bigger as things do.
What is the time period between the moment of the concept and when you actually finish the movie?
It's fairly quick. I mean, we shot it last summer in August, and it was written in January, probably. Mm-hmm. So I think about a year and a half, unless I'm mistaken. Jim can correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think it's been about a year and a half.
Okay, that's very quick.
Yeah.
Can we talk about your choice of Laura Prepon and, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing her name correctly, Brian Greenberg, who I don't believe are in the audience tonight, so you can say anything you want. But no, you gathered around yourself a very hip, edgy group of actors. How did that come about?
You know, it's always the first thing I like to do is get the casting director involved right in the beginning. And yeah, you know, it was a big ensemble, a lot of cast, and we just really wanted to get the best people we could for the roles. And we were fortunate enough that the script and the project was sort of getting a little bit of traction or attention. So some people wanted to be in it. So we were lucky in that I don't know, in that place. So people came and auditioned, and we just auditioned a lot of people, you know, even for some of the smaller roles that seem somewhat insignificant maybe, or just have a line or two. We did audition many people.
So is that a secret for our independent filmmakers in the audience, is to have a wide choice?
Absolutely. I mean, casting, if you cast it well, then that's the hardest part. You know, you get the best, smartest, funniest, charismatic people in the room and put them together, and that's when it starts to just come alive.
This Dreamer Walker, who I have never seen before except in your movie, but now I've seen her in a couple of things. I don't want to give it away because we haven't seen the movie yet, but she kind of steals the show a little bit. She's very, very, very sharp, and she gets some of the funniest lines, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we always, you know, I mean, technically, Laura, the character of Jennifer, is the protagonist. It's her birthday party. But we always, Jim and I always talked about how that role of the sister, Penny, was just sort of the meatiest role. It has the most going on, and yeah, and Dreama is just awesome. She's so funny and talented, and definitely is on the rise.
She's a comer. How much did you ask your actors to stick to the written script?
Well, Jim again can talk to this perhaps, but I mean, I do like a lot of improvisation, and we did do a fair amount, especially when you have such great actors who are so good at it. You know, I would say it largely sticks to the script, but there are a lot of jokes. There's a character named Pam, who's played by Catherine Reitman, who's sort of the brunette, the best friend of Laura, and she was just one of the funniest people ever, and so when you have somebody like that, you just let them go. You know, we would always sort of do it a few takes to the book, and then you kind of have the fun takes, and it's like,
let it rip.
Just run with it, see where it ends up, and if you get a moment or a line or a joke that works, then we try to keep those in there.
Is that your house in the movie?
No, it's not. It's a rental house that we found, a rental kitchen. You know, we tried for a while. I really wanted to build a set and be able to move the walls around, and the budget did not allow for that. It was a very low budget film, and so we found a kitchen here that I got the same production designer from The Big Bad Swim, came in at 8 months pregnant, and was just, you know, lumbering around the kitchen and sort of dictating what color every wall should be, and remove all these cabinets and take down the lights, and so we ended up sort of turning this practical kitchen into a set. But
how long was the actual shoot there?
It was pretty. I mean, it was about 16 days, I'd say. Mm-hmm. We did 2 days of rehearsal, and then I think 16 days of shooting, and we shot in sequence from beginning to end.
Is that the way you like to do it, or was that because of the budget?
It was kind of. I have always wanted to shoot a film like that, and this really lent itself to it because, you know, as the party progresses, if somebody sets a beer down on the counter, then that beer has to be there for the rest of the film. So basically, if we started from the beginning, then this kitchen, the set would progress as we shot, and I just thought it would always be fun for the actors to, you know, have this exact arc of like where you start is where your character starts, and where we end is where your character ends.
Right. I think it's a lot of fun for the audience to be a witness to this party, and that's why it's here tonight. And I think people are anxious to see it, so we're going to move on. But Ishai, we really miss you tonight, and wish you all the best with this movie.
Thank you so much, Jerry, and thank you everybody who's there watching the film. I really appreciate it.
What are you working on now?
Well, like I mentioned, I have a day job right now. I'm working on post-production for the TV show Glee right now. So I'm spending a lot of time with high school kids and pop songs. That's been my life right now, and that's probably what I'm doing while you're all watching this film.
Okay.
And then I'm working on some other scripts and projects and trying to figure out what's next.
All right, Ishai, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We hope to see you very soon.
Okay. See you. Bye-bye.